And so I'm looking forward to being behind something that I believe in, and something that there are still 2 more movies to go. You know, it was important in this film that we had the familiar characters from the past, like Elijah and Kate, and, you know, because that needs to root the film. But now, hopefully in the next 2, people will be a bit more used to the dwarves, and we can start to tell their story more. And I can't wait for it. I mean, it beats working for a living.
Listen, I mean, we did the journey of making these films that we're continuing to make, but when December the 14th happens and people see this, we hand it over to the audience, and it's their journey then, and they're going to be excited by it, I tell you.
I tell you what, the funny thing is, though, I'm just watching myself up on the screen talking to you, and what you do forget is that I came here 2 years ago. When I went back to London, I thought, I've just been away for a couple of weeks. And then I look up there and I think, who's that old guy? And it's me. I was here for 2 years.
Rubbish. Now, I mean, you're going to see it with all the finishing touches tonight. Are you pretty excited about that aspect of it?
Well, you know, as I say, we watched it yesterday. I know there's been a lot of chat about the whole 48 frames per second. I loved it. I think it's clear and brilliant, and no one loves Tolkien or wants to protect Tolkien more than Peter, Fran and Phil.
Absolutely.
You know, they have grown up living and loving the man's writing.
Well, and that's one of the keys to Peter's direction, is that he directs it as a fan. And when you direct something with that connection to a subject, it's going to be sincere, and he's made that.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for talking with us, and have a tremendous night.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, darling.
Thank you.
What a tremendous night it is going to be, and one of the men who made a tremendous difference to this film is Joe Lettieri, head of Weta Digital. Joe, tell me, what was it like bringing this film to life with your people?
You know, first off, it was like coming home. 10 years ago, we left Middle-earth. We had a day just like this, Return of the King. We all celebrated. And then we kind of went on our ways for 10 years. And it was really great coming back, especially because we started with Gollum. We started with, you know, Andy Serkis, and just getting right back into Middle-earth and welcoming, you know, all of our new friends who are coming in to be a part of these films. And it's wonderful. And we've got 2 more to go.
You certainly do, and I imagine the work doesn't stop tonight. As in a nice, relaxing period for you and your friends and your family. But what challenges lay ahead after tonight?
Well, you know, after tonight, we've got, you know, the rest of the stories to tell, and it's all still unfolding in front of us because, you know, as you know, The Hobbit was just one little book. But after Lord of the Rings, Tolkien went back and sort of thought about what was going to be happening and, you know, fleshing out the whole backstory. And now Peter, Fran, and Philip have taken that and are now weaving that into the story of The Hobbit. So it's going to be this incredible adventure. So we're just starting that tonight.
What was your favourite part of the film that you worked on? And you can't say all of it.
Okay, you got me there, Andrew. But, you know, I still really enjoyed watching Gollum again, just because we started. You know, it was just coming back, and it was just, he was that great character that just brought us right into it.
What has the red carpet been like for you? I mean, today has been sensational, the weather. Did you organise the weather? I asked Richard Taylor.
Yes, exactly. No, we got this all taken care of for you. Yeah. No, I mean, the fans have been fantastic. Look at this. Everyone's been out here all day, and it's just been like a real just outpouring of you know, people feeling part of the film, and that's because probably everyone here, you know, was touched by the film in some way.
It must be like getting the band back together as well, having everybody come to the premiere.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of the day, enjoy what's left of the evening, and enjoy the film tonight, and relax and have some time off before you're back into it again.
Fantastic. Thank you, Andrew.
Thanks, Joe.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Martin Freeman, you have actually reached the end of the longest red carpet in the world. How are you feeling?
Good. I've nearly lost my voice, and I've nearly lost my writing ability.
But I imagine that you have started to feel the love from the audience here and the ownership that people have towards this fantastic film.
I felt a lot of love, actually. For a baying mob, they're very well behaved. You know, there were people, because obviously you can never get to everybody, and very often people get a bit, you know, scratchy about that. But everyone's been really, really well behaved. Everyone's been very good-humoured about it, and that, yeah, it's pure love from the city that has been only loving to us and has enabled us to make the film in the first place.
Well, Martin, I should say you are massively loved already in New Zealand, and when everybody sees you as Bilbo, that love affair will deepen.
Thank you very much. We did feel really well looked after here. Like within the film, and in every bar and every restaurant, people were good to us. Because I think people generally are good here. And it's so perfect that the first premiere should be here, and should be in the city and the country that has just been behind the film. Totally. It's very unusual to make a film where you feel like the whole country has made it, But every single person in New Zealand seems to be on the credits somehow. It's nice.
Martin, I talked a little bit to your colleagues about the responsibility of taking on The Hobbit, and here you are in that pivotal role of Bilbo. How's that responsibility lying with you?
Well, it's obviously something I take seriously, but you take seriously every role you do. You don't take it more seriously because it's a big role, but you're aware that it's a very beloved figure in literature. You're aware it's a very beloved character. So yeah, you don't want to bugger it up, but with Pete at the helm and with a fantastic cast and crew around you, you're very well helped.
Did you grow to love Bilbo?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, but I'm very, very fond of this whole world now. Because I've said before, this wasn't really part of my world as a kid, so I had to come to it quite freshly as a grown-up. And I can totally see why it is so beloved by people, because it is by me now. I love Bilbo. I love the whole, it's a fantastic world, it's a fantastic story, and I'm very genuinely honoured to be doing it. Yeah.
The film is actually a whirlwind. There's so much pace to it, so much happens. Yet I thought the beautiful thing is that you're the quiet centre in so many ways. Was that a deliberate thing from you?
Well, in a way, yes, but also, given that I'm not directing the film, I mean, the overseer, the Oberleutnant does all that. That's Pete's job. But I think, it's clearly he is. If you're the protagonist, then very often you are the calm centre of the madness. It's a bit like today. There's lots of lovely, positive madness on today. I love it. Yeah.
There is indeed, and a lot of it is for you. It's been lovely talking, and hope you enjoy the evening.
Thanks a lot.
All right, almost at the end, but you may know these guys as Gloin and Nori, but to me, they're Peter and Jed. Gentlemen, what a day. How have you been, Pete?
I'm totally stunned by this. It's just incredible. And people have been amazing, waiting for so long, and so patiently, I'm told. And we just couldn't connect with everybody. But it's been a great day. Great day for New Zealand.
Certainly is.
Yeah, it's a great day for Wellington, and Wellington always throws it on, weather-wise and with the crowds. I'm sorry I couldn't get to everyone on either side there, but we will get you on the way back, I'm sure. It was a real lesson in sprint signing, really. Yeah. I've heard of speed dating, but speed signing, and I was the fastest. I got through 300,000 signatures.
That is amazing. That is a great effort. You're part of the frat party. That's what the dwarves have been called. Yeah. You're like a frat house at back end.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, but it's a sort of a punk frat house, bad behaviour, horrible thing, really, which we're very proud of. Yeah.
It's all about the hair, really. It's a frat house dedicated to unusual and outrageous hairdos, and Nori is the sexy hairdo guy.
I beg to differ. I think you'll find that people with red hair, gingers, as we very affectionately call them, are going to be very, very popular after this film comes out. You just watch.
Have you been taking lots of selfies? Have you been getting your photo up there, getting your camera up there and just like Instagramming all day?
No, I haven't actually. I kind of didn't have time because of the speed signing. I wish I had, but I'm sure there's people out there that have taken some really good ones of us, and hopefully they'll send them to you, and you can send them to someone else, not Mark, and he can send them to us.
I'll retweet anything on Twitter. Remember, hashtag The Hobbit. Hey, guys, congratulations. Thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thanks, mate.
Awesome. Jed, Pete, thanks. Gloin and Nori. That's who you recognise them as, maybe, because the makeup is fantastic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much it for the red carpet. We're almost done. If I could just do a little bit of a public service announcement for all the invited guests, could you please make your way to be seated, because the official speeches are to begin. And to Wellington, thank you so much for coming out tonight. I hope you had a great time. Did you have a great time? It's great to hear you still have some voice. Carol, what a fantastic end to a great day.
Oh, it's been spectacular. Have you had a great time?
Absolutely, absolutely. I got to talk to everybody. It has been awesome. I'm almost running out of hyperbole and superlatives.
I don't think you ever could, and you're doing it so brilliantly. And the other person that I want to give big ups to is our pilot up in the sky, who has wonderfully been providing aerials that have allowed us to just give some sense of the scale of what this premiere is like.
Certainly. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage. It's still rolling online. Millions of people are watching online, and tens of thousands here in Wellington. From Carol and I, we'll see you soon.
Just about rounding up the evening.
Yes, we certainly are. We're about to have our official speeches. You've waited so patiently all day, like we've said, all day on the red carpet. I hope you got to meet everybody that you wanted to meet. Tonight is all about The Hobbit, an unexpected journey, and I hope your journey has been fantastic, Carol. But right now, we're going to have the official speeches, starting with
Celia Wade-Brown, the Mayor of Wellington, absolutely positively Wellington, and she was one of the greatest advocates for this fine city, and she'll be talking to us very shortly.
Absolutely, and of course we'll hear from Sir Peter Jackson as well, the director of this marvellous film, the first in a trilogy, of course, and we're looking forward to that, and then the Prime Minister. John Key will come and speak as well, I understand.
He will indeed. It is really amazing, Andrew, to see that it's actually taken some of our cast and crew probably the best part of 2 hours to make it down to actually get to the embassy and to this formal part of this evening's proceedings.
I actually saw Andy Serkis run back down, do running high fives, and then get corralled by someone, almost tackled because he was making such an effort to make sure he connected with every fan. And this is what it's been all about today.
One of the most beautiful things I saw was actually a group of women with their Team Andy signs out, hoping that he might stop by as they pass by. And I'm sure he did, because I can see our cast and crew have given so much as they've worked their way down this tremendous marathon of a red carpet.
It certainly is. It's been great. I hope you got to see everybody. It has been a fantastic evening. It is going to be a fantastic film. And the reason that we're all here is because The Hobbit, an unexpected journey.
Far to the east, over ranges and rivers, lies a single solitary peak. The dwarves are determined to reclaim their homeland.
I like visitors as much as the next Hobbit. But I do like to know them before they come visiting.
Mr. Baggins?
At your service.
I'm surrounded by dwarves.
What are they doing here?
Oh, they're quite a merry gathering.
So, this is the Hobbit.
You asked me to find the 14th member of this company, and I have chosen Mr. Baggins.
Me? No.
Hobbits can pass unseen by most if they choose, which gives us a distinct advantage.
We will seize this chance to take back Erebor!
Here, Mr. Bilbo, where are you off to? I'm going on an adventure!
Mithrandir, why the halfling?
Why Bilbo Baggins? Perhaps it is because I'm afraid. And it gives me courage.
So this is your purpose, to enter the mountain?
What of it?
There are some who would not deem it wise.
The dark part has found a way back into the world.
Why don't we have a game of riddles?
And if it loses, what then? Well, if it loses precious, then we eat it. If Baggins loses, we eat it whole.
Fair enough. I will take each and every one of these dwarves over the mightiest army. Loyalty, honor, a willing heart. I can ask no more than that.
Home is now behind you. The world is ahead.
Well, that could have been worse.
You've got to be joking!
Andrew, we are minutes away from the whole thing getting underway. What has been your greatest overwhelming impression of today?
Look, I think it has been a combination of the enthusiasm, the people, and of course the weather has played its part.
It has indeed. It has indeed. And I mean, you know, do you think that the next two movies will actually top this one, this particular premiere?
Look,
It'll be hard, won't it?
I have no doubt. There's been a lot of people who are here the first three times when they had it, and now they're doing it again with The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, and I have no doubt that the next two, if they have it here in Wellington, will be just as great. But we are just minutes away from the official speeches, we promise you. Hopefully we'll get that underway very shortly. Thank you for your patience.
And the wonderful thing, we have actually been streaming live to the world all afternoon, and it'll be fantastic to know how they're responding to this amazing premiere.
Yeah, and if you would like to find out how they're gauging that response, you can go on Twitter and use the hashtag #TheHobbit. That's the way to join the conversation.
Okay, well, I think we are going to our chopper shots, and we're going to take another look at how the evening is starting to unfold down here in Wellington. And it is time to begin our formal speeches of this evening. And it is my pleasure to welcome to the stage the mayor of this wonderful city, Celia Wade-Brown. And can we give her an enormous applause and cheer the most extraordinary advocate for Wellington.
Enga iwi, enga mana, enga reo, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. To everybody from around New Zealand, from overseas, and to all the thousands and thousands watching around the globe, a very warm welcome to Wellington for you all. Today is the day we've been waiting for. Today is the day we go on an unexpected journey with hobbits, elves, trolls, and a wizard or two. Today, the world's eyes are on Wellington, and what a beautiful day to see the capital city of New Zealand. Let's thank, first of all, our truly magical Wellingtonian, Sir Peter Jackson. Let's thank the team at the Warner Brothers and to the Prime Minister for making this happen with their partnership. And let's thank all of the people who worked on The Hobbit, who made the city look beautiful, our businesses, our ratepayers, our council staff. I saw them out cleaning the streets at 6 this morning. So today is a day to celebrate the local and global magic of film. Today is a day to celebrate Wellington at its very best, combining talent and technology. Let's celebrate Wellington as the middle of Middle Earth. And now it's my pleasure to introduce John Key, the Prime Minister of New Zealand.
Kia ora tātou and welcome. It's wonderful to see so many people out tonight celebrating here for the world premiere of the first of the Hobbit trilogy, An Unexpected Journey. I want to take a moment, if I can, just to welcome to New Zealand some people that have been very special and integral in terms of making these movies in New Zealand. The Chairman and CEO of Warner Brothers, Barry Meyer, the Chairman and Chief Executive of MGM, Gary Barber, and of New Line, the President and COO, Toby Emmerich. So tonight's a night for celebration and fun and entertainment. But first and foremost, let's pay tribute to the brilliance of Peter Jackson. The man's a genius. Can we acknowledge all of those that have worked on the movie, right through from the actors to the grips, the teams at Wingnut and Weta Workshops. I want to pay tribute to Warner Brothers and MGM and New Line for their faith to invest in the Hobbits and their confidence to do so here in New Zealand. And most of all, I want to say thank you to the New Zealand public who supported the government as we went about making changes that ensured that the movies were made here in New Zealand. The movie industry is very important to New Zealand. It promotes our country, the awareness of the beauty of our landscapes, and its confirmation of the capability of our people. But it does so much more than even that. Around about 3,000 people had some sort of job that was related to the making of the Hobbits, and it was a catalyst for so many other businesses, not just the movie sector. So 6,700 domestic flights were taken as a result of the making of the movie. 93,000 hotel beds were filled, 1,800 rental cars were used, and $380,000 was spent on coffee. So tonight's a very special night. I want to take this opportunity to say to Peter Jackson, we have two messages for you. One is to wish you the very best of luck, and the third is to say, don't stop at 3. So ladies and gentlemen, can I now make the introduction for Barry Meyer and Gary Barber, who are the men behind Warner Brothers and MGM.
Hello, I'm Barry Meyer, and thank you to His Excellency the Governor General, Prime Minister Key, to Mayor Wade Dodd, to distinguished guests, and ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Wellington. And hello to Hobbit fans across New Zealand and all around the world. On the outside chance that you didn't really come here to hear Gary and I give long, extensive speeches, we're going to try to be quite brief. On behalf of all of us at Warner Brothers Pictures, as well as our colleagues at MGM and New Line Cinema, I'd like to thank you for embarking on this extraordinary journey with us. We are incredibly proud to be working with your own genius in residence, Sir Peter Jackson, as well as his wonderful collaborators, Fran Walsh and Philippa Boyens, and all the talented cast and crew of the Hobbit trilogy, many of whom are right here from New Zealand. We are so delighted to launch this incredible first film of the trilogy with you. It's hard to imagine a more fitting backdrop for the world premiere of The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey than downtown Wellington, which, as you can see, has been all but transformed into Middle-earth. And we thank all of the people of Wellington who have helped us make this monumental event possible. We would not be here tonight were it not for the long-ago storytelling of J.R.R. Tolkien, and we would not be here tonight were it not for the gifted and dedicated filmmakers and actors and crews who have worked so hard to bring these films to life, both at the filmmaking facilities in Miramar and all across the North and South Islands of New Zealand. This evening is a tribute to all of our colleagues and patrons around the world working tirelessly to launch this spectacular new trilogy. I'd like to thank Jeff Robinov and Kevin Tsujihara and Sue Kroll and John Rogovin of Warner Brothers. I'd like to thank Gary Barber of MGM. I'd like to thank Toby Emmerich and Carolyn Blackwood of New Line. And I'd like to thank my good friend and former colleague, Alan Horn. All of them are responsible for going to enormous lengths to help us bring this project to fruition. Gary.
Thank you, Barry. His Excellency the Governor General, Prime Minister, Mayor. 2 years ago, I was preparing to take over MGM, the storied studio. 2 years ago, this day, we were preparing to greenlight the film The Hobbit with our good friends and partners at Warner Brothers and New Line Cinema. 2 years ago, I was dreaming of this incredible night, sharing it with all these wonderful Hobbit fans in Middle-earth. Wow, what an unexpected journey. I want to thank Peter, Fran, and Philippa for their patience and their persistence and perseverance while we worked out the financial difficulties at MGM. Thank you, and thank you to Warner Brothers and New Line for helping us get to this point today. And with that, on behalf of everyone at MGM, I really want to congratulate Peter, Fran, Philippa, the entire fabulous cast and crew on this brilliant movie. We look forward to sharing much success on this terrific trilogy. Thank you, and enjoy this great movie.
And now it is my tremendous honor and pleasure to introduce the man who first brought us into Middle-earth with The Lord of the Rings and now brings us back there again to take this incredible journey with The Hobbit. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Peter Jackson.
Hey, thank you very much. This is absolutely unbelievable, everybody that's come to help us celebrate this film. It's really humbling. I might, as you know, we like to leave the finishing of our films till the last minute, so forgive me if I talk a while because I think the film is still travelling from Park Road Post at the moment. No, I am only joking, sorry. I think it's up there ready to go. Hey, this is an incredible experience because so you spend so long shooting a movie where you're just focused on the film and you're trying to keep everybody out. You want to do it in secret and in private and hang on to all the surprises, and then suddenly one day the film's finished and the next morning you wake up and there's 100,000 people coming to celebrate. Sort of flips your head upside down. But I just got to thank, obviously, Celia for organising this incredible celebration, and Prime Minister Key for the wonderful support that you've given us all this way on this journey, difficult journey. I just really hope you enjoy the movie after all that. And Barry and Gary, thank you so much, guys. I'm glad that we could finally figure out a way to get this film made. It's just fantastic. It's where we want to be. The Lord of the Rings was such a great experience, and now we've been able to take The Hobbit and come to this point in time. It just seems like it's the way it should have been. It seems like fate's meant for us to be here. Warner Brothers has been a wonderful studio to work with, and I do want to thank Jeff Robinoff, Kevin Tsuchihara, John Ragovan, Sue Kroll, Dan Fellman, Veronica Kwan Vandenberg, and all of the Warner Brothers teams around the world that have been helping us. It's been we've felt supported in this very big and complicated movie. New Line Cinema, Toby Emmerich and Carolyn Blackwood, you guys have been absolutely incredible. You've looked after us every step of the way, held our hands, watched our back, and we love working with you. Thank you. I can't do anything without a huge number of people. I mean, you see them in the credits, there's thousands and thousands of them. But I do want to invite up on stage three very special people who I work very closely with. They're producers, and Philippa Boyens, who co-writes the script. So can I just ask Philippa Boyens, Zane Weiner, and Carolyn Cunningham to pop out the door? These guys are fantastic. I don't do this alone, and these three back here just look after me all the time. And the fourth person that should be here is Fran Walsh, who we can never persuade to get up in front of a crowd. But Fran is just the most fantastic person. She's great to work with. And we've got two fantastic children, Billy and Katie, who I've got to thank, and for all their patience and tolerance with their mum and dad doing what we do. So Fran, Billy and Katie, I love you. Thank you. I can't possibly thank everybody, but some special people, Jabez Olsen, Andrew Lesney, Dan Henner, Richard and Tania at Weta, and everyone at Weta Workshop. Everyone at Weta Digital who worked so hard up until just a few hours ago to get this film finished. And especially Eileen Moran, we want to send a big thank you to you, Eileen, and our love to you. And you were just fantastic helping us get through this movie. Thank you so much. Okay, should we bring up some of our actors? All right. So let's first of all invite a few old friends back. So Elrond is played by Hugo Weaving. Galadriel is Kate Blanchett. Andy Serkis, Gollum. Frodo Baggins, Elijah Wood. We have a couple of wonderful new characters in The Hobbit. The Great Goblin. Now, we needed somebody rather uncouth and grotesque to play this role, so we looked to Australia, and we found Barry Humphries. Radagast the Brown, Sylvester McCoy. Right now, by the way, I do want to thank Matt Dravitsky and Sebastian Meek, who look after me, especially Sebab. Thank you very much, and Matt. So we're now going to bring some dwarves on stage. So do you know, who knows the names of all the dwarves? I do. Sleepy, Grumpy, Dopey, Bashful. Oh no, sorry, that's the wrong list. Hang on. No, there's Thorin, Dwalin, Balin, Gloin, Oin, Killy, Philly, Ori, Nori, Dori, Bofa, Biffa, and Bomba. So let's bring them up. Now just remember those names, because you're going to want to know them when you see the movie. Ori is played by Adam Brown. Nori, Jed Brophy. Dory, Mark Hadlow. John Callan, Oin. Gloin is played by Peter Hambleton. William Kershaw, Biffa. Bomba is played by Stephen Hunter. Jimmy Nesbitt plays Bofa. Dwalin is played by Graham McTavish. Philly, Dean O'Gorman. Killy, Aidan Turner. And last and certainly not least, the leader of the group, Thorin Oakenshield, Richard Armitage. And the last person to ask to come up on stage is the Hobbit himself, Bilbo Baggins, Martin Freeman. So we've just got one last thing left. Before we do that, I just want to thank you very, very much for coming. Honestly, it means such a lot to all of us here. It's unbelievable, and we so look forward to you being able to see this film so we can share it with you. But thank you very much for coming. The last thing I have to do is there's one member of our cast, a very distinguished member who couldn't be here tonight, but he did want to send a greeting to everybody. So let me welcome Sir Ian McKellen.
Hello, this is Ian McKellen in London. Look, is this 3D? Is this 48 frames per second? Oh dear, I never understood all that. Anyway, here I am, far, far away, feeling more like Gandalf than ever. As you'll see in the first of the Hobbit movies, Gandalf is forever leaving the dwarves and Bilbo to get on with the job while he's nips off somewhere else to do something else, and that's what I'm doing in London, something else. And of course, I wish I were there in my spiritual home in Wellington. I hope you have a wonderful time together. Those of you who are about to see the film will see one of the most talented groups of actors and technicians who ever gathered together to make a movie. So I know you're in for a good time. My love to everybody. Peter, Fran, Philippa, all the cast, and my favourite dwarf. You know who you are. And the crew. I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
And that brings to an end an absolutely extraordinary afternoon.
Certainly has, as the cast, the amazing cast of The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey make their way inside Wellington's Embassy Theatre. We can just say thank you so much to the people who lined Courtney Place today on the red carpet, and also thanks to the millions of people who watched online as well, Carol.
Thanks for joining us for this very special live worldwide premiere of The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. See it at your cinema from mid-December.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm Andrew Mulligan.
And I'm Carol Hirschfeld. Good night.